program, we worked on his confidence in saying no. And some people struggle to say no when someone asks them for their phone number. Ben was helping a lady with weight machines at the gym. They started having regular small talk when they saw each other, and finally she asked for his number and if they could go out for drinks. He said, yes, sure, sounds great. He never wore his ring to the gym, so she presumed he was single and had no idea that Ben was in a relationship, was married. So they texted back and forth a bit, and then she asked him for drinks. He declined, thinking of his wife. And then one day Ben was bored and he just messaged her and said, hey, want to hang out tonight? They met for drinks, flirted all night. Nothing happened more than a peck on the cheek, but Ben felt consumed with guilt because it doesn't matter what he had done, it's the fact that he was hiding this and didn't say no. And he continued texting the lady from the gym until his wife found out. Ben learned that at all costs he must learn to say no, even if it will be awkward for a few moments when he's saying no. And we worked on the relationship, making it stronger, the connection and the communication a lot better. The next one is low self-esteem and need for attention. If a person is insecure about being attractive enough, interesting enough, wealthy enough, or they're just generally lacking confidence, they may need consistent attention or praise to feel good about themselves. This sort of links into the first one as well, the people pleasing. I help many people these days overcome social media addiction. Some people are so hooked on the amount of likes and comments and attention that they get that they can't help checking their phone all the time. When I get to the root of low self-esteem, it's often over difficult times in their life where they felt not good enough. Whether that's from parents, being bullied at school, unhealthy relationships, whether they've been cheated on or lied to before, whether they constantly evaluate themselves by how they look physically and they have an unhealthy view of the way that they look. They never look good enough. When they look in the mirror, all they can see is faults and what is wrong with them, what they need to fix to be prettier or more attractive. And when people have such deep insecurities, they end up going to any means to get attention. It can sometimes mean that having the love of their husband or wife isn't enough. They'll say to themselves, well, they don't really mean it because they're my husband or they're my wife. They have to say that I look nice. They have to love me and say nice things. So they need more attention. This came up in one of my individual breakthrough programs recently. And if you're wondering what is the breakthrough program, it's basically 3 2.5-hour sessions all done in 1 week to quickly help someone change, because change can happen very quickly at the subconscious mind. All learning is in the subconscious mind. All behavioural patterns are in the subconscious mind. All emotions are stored there, and our thought processes that lead to our feelings and actions and behaviour. So unless you're working with the subconscious mind, things don't really shift very quickly at all, if at all. That's the reason why often talk therapy goes. If you just go to a therapist and say, I'm a liar, I've cheated, I'm bad, and you talk about all the bad things you've done for an hour, all you're going to do is reinforce in your mind that you have done these things and this is your identity, this is who you are, and therefore you're more likely to repeat the same pattern. If you say, I am a liar, I am a liar, I am a liar, your unconscious mind will go, yeah, this is who you are, so just lie, 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 cheat, 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 whatever it is. So you need to change that, you need to clear that, getting rid of those toxic beliefs and taking responsibility and ownership to make things better, to help the person that you love, to rebuild that trust and connection is so important. And that's what we do in the 3 days. So, as I mentioned, I did this recently, this particular area with Sean. He grew up in a large family where he was not given any attention, and he was just left to it as a child. His mother was so busy with the house and the younger children, and his dad was always working away, he was not noticed. He never felt loved, never felt wanted, and he sought out attention at school by playing up and getting into trouble. The more trouble he got into at school, the more his parents noticed him. This turned into a constant need for attention, regardless of where it came from and whether it was positive or negative. He got attention from the teachers for being bad. He got attention from all the other pupils for being the bad boy. And he got attention from his parents finally when they had to keep going to the school to have these meetings with the teachers. He just had this desperate need to be noticed. And then the fifth one is repeating patterns that they've seen from the past. Sometimes people cheat or lie because in their subconscious mind it's already ingrained, this is what people do, or this is how people cope, or this is natural, this is normal. If you grew up in a household where the relationship between your parents ended because of an affair, or you saw cheating, you may vow to never cheat, or you may see this womanizing, or I don't know what the equivalent is for women doing that, so manizing, I'll just make that up. Manizing can make you feel like this is how relationships are. And it can be so deep that you're not aware of it consciously that you have this. And that I see often. And then for some people, and this is a minority, having other people on the go, cheating, lying, is about power and control. They want to feel they have control. They're not vulnerable and weak in their relationship by only having one person. They have a backup plan to make them feel secure. They have power. Or they lie because they think, well, I want to keep something for myself. I want to have a bit of myself hidden. I want to be a bit secretive because this gives me a sense of freedom. This gives me a sense of power. I'm not vulnerable. And fear of abandonment can also come into this. Well, let me check that I'm still liked and still desirable on a dating app just in case my partner leaves me. Let me not turn down this attention from this other lady or man in case my relationship doesn't work out. And you'll find people with this unconscious trigger that I help them release, they often are the kind of person that goes from relationship to relationship to relationship. They're not able to be comfortable on their own. And for some, linked in with this, it can be about revenge, lying or cheating to have revenge about how they were treated in the past. Well, this time, I'm going to be the one with the power and the control. I'm not going to be the one that is cheated on. I'm going to be the one that's going to cheat. And that can happen. And it could be happen in a relationship where the partner hasn't even cheated on them. It's happened from previous relationships. And that's where I do the relationship baggage clearing in part of the Breakthrough program. So if any of what I've shared resonates with you so far, whether you're the person that's struggling to stop lying or cheating, or you're the partner who is with someone that's really hurt you and you're really concerned for your future, I'm going to share some tips and some steps to overcome this, to rebuild your connection as a couple, and so you can enjoy a positive, happy relationship. So the first is working with the subconscious mind. In order to make lasting changes, we need to get to the root of the issues which are embedded in our subconscious mind. And this influences our behavioural patterns. Our subconscious mind is where we hold emotional triggers. It controls our thoughts, which lead to our feelings and behaviours. So everything is in the subconscious mind. As I mentioned, talking through problems doesn't help, just makes the issue bigger. Real change happens on a deeper level, and this involves tapping into the subconscious and reframing past experiences. It's nothing to be scared of. It's just a process that helps us realise where are things coming from and then changing them, as well as boosting self-confidence so that your thinking is naturally positive and good about yourself, about your future, about your opportunities, possibilities in life. And this is something that I really enjoy teaching in the Holistic Life Therapy School. For those of you that haven't heard me mention that before, it's a new training that I'm relaunching. It's called the Holistic Life Therapy School, where I give all of my tools on changing thought patterns, releasing emotions, being more motivated, healing the body, my relationship full training program, all the coaching steps that I offer, and how to work with others and how to market yourself to build a sustainable business helping others. So it's a 3-part process. Some people join just because they want to help themselves and they're going to do it with family members and support others. Other people do the training because they're looking for a new purpose. They want to have a new business, helping other people and doing what they love. You can go to my website to find out more, or I'm going to be putting the notes in the show notes and you can get the link there. It's a video training which will explain all about how our mind works, how our emotions work, how you can create change, whether you decide the holistic life therapy school is for you or not. So the second thing you can do is be willing to get out of your comfort zone. If you are in denial right now, if you're saying, well, I don't really have an issue, I'll just change it, and you're not really ready to say, actually, it is a problem. Actually, I'm not sure if I can change it on my own. Actually, it does seem to be being a pattern in my life. Then you're going to be able to change it. The first step to change is acknowledgement. And if you're in denial, if you're saying, I'll be fine, I don't need any help, unfortunately, you may be stuck in the vicious cycle, hurting those you love and doing things that don't make you feel good about yourself. Being willing to make changes also gives hopes to your partner, that you're ready and that you're taking it seriously. You don't have to be a prisoner of your past. The third is understanding the importance of rebuilding trust. It's so important. Broken trust must be mended for a secure, happy relationship and for both of you to feel secure and aligned. It's about rebuilding trust through actions. Words are often become meaningless when someone has lied. So it's got to be consistent, loving actions, and not just any actions, the right actions to rebuild the trust. The fourth is to have a strategy in place. You need to have a plan to not fall back into the old habits. Unless you first understand what is causing your issue, where these roots come from, addressing the emotional triggers, you won't be able to have a strategy to make sure that you don't repeat the past. Once you have identified the causes, have actions in place that you're going to take instead when you still feel those same emotional triggers, you're going to be able to escape the patterns of the past. The fifth thing to do is to talk through in your couple as much as a person that is hurt needs to heal. So many people say to me, Nicola, I don't want to talk about the past. I say, great, really great. But my partner, Nicola, they want to go over it again. They keep asking me the same questions. And you have to be patient, compassionate. They're not wanting to make you go over and over things just for the sake of it. Their mind is often in a heightened state of anxiety. They feel unsafe, they need reassurance, they need love. And they often also do my breakthrough program because they just feel, I can never trust again. I've lost faith in humans. How could someone you're so close to do this to you? I can't let go of the hurt. I can't forgive. I can't release the resentment. And then they're stuck with this whole baggage of emotions that need to also be cleared. So just have compassion and be really loving towards them. And try and steer the conversation forward by talking through the past and then asking them, what can I do now? What can I do in the present? What can I do for you? How can I make this up to you? What actions can I take to make you feel better? And they may say, well, you need to know the actions. And this is where you need to get some support, to get some ideas if you're stuck and you don't know what actions you should be taking. And I mentioned patience in that one, but the last point is just patience again. Just to re-emphasize that patience is so important. Whilst the breakthrough program, changes can happen very, very quickly. If they are not doing the breakthrough process themselves, their healing journey may take longer. If you both do an intensive program, you're of course going to be able to get through things quicker. However, over time, showing loving actions and working together to improve your communication, improve your connection, get rid of any negative, doubting, resentful thoughts is what is needed. And if you're a person who has really messed up, you've really caused a lot of heartache to the person that you love, I want to say to you that having supported so many, I totally understand how it may make you feel very depressed, very anxious. You may not be able to sleep, you may not be able to eat, and you may even have suicidal thoughts. And if you do, you need to get support straight away. However,